Sweet, nice one. Why has it disappeared from the stream? Oh, because it's not in full screen. This doesn't happen sometimes. Right. Should be good now. Hopefully it doesn't vanish this time. And the timer didn't start, that's good. Let me start it from 2 seconds. No.
No.
Counting down at the moment. Sorted that mess out.
Are we live now, yeah?
Yeah, we should be live now.
Cool.
Right.
Sorry about the delay. We had a bit of a...
Technical issues. I mean,
yeah, just a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a day of technical issues for me. Like, even been streaming before was a bit of an issue, but yeah, we're in there finally. You know, United on the attack currently, so that's a good positive start. Early chance for United, but not much on it.
No, let me just go through the team sheet. I know that Rashford's obviously starting.
Yeah, United pretty much lined up in like what I would consider one of our best lineups, to be honest.
Yeah, they're pretty much lined up how you'd expect them to line up, I think.
Yeah, especially with Martial injured.
Yeah, and probably, obviously without Lingard, but that's probably our West Ham would line up. Maybe Ryan Fredericks as well, but 2 strong lineups, which is good.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a good game today, to be honest. You know, United have started quite positively actually, so I'm happy to see that. There's not a slow start today. We seem to be trying to go forward from the get-go.
Yeah, well, it's a bit end to end at the minute, so
yeah.
Hopefully something like that, I think.
Kyle says, shout out for the lads. Him and Robbie are in chat currently, so shout out to Robbie and Kyle. That's so long.
What do you think of the obviously you had the North London derby before? How did you?
Spurs.
Was that a result? Yeah, I was saying, was that a result that you expected, or?
I mean, I on the podcast I said I thought Tottenham would win if Tottenham showed up, but Tottenham very much did not show up, and I think Arsenal much deserved the win. So with that double chance at the end, I was almost a bit glad that they didn't score, because they definitely didn't deserve that point. Yeah, I guess results have kind of gone in their favour as well today.
Yeah, I kind of said, I think I said on the podcast, it depends how Spurs line up, and again, Mourinho went negative in a big game, which is, with the way Spurs have been playing, which is it's rather shocking, but what a goal by Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, they lost Son early, which was a big knock for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle agreed. Kyle thought Spurs would win as well.
And also, I think everyone did, to be fair. I don't think many people would have said that Arsenal would have turned up and won.
I feel like Arsenal dominated as well, to be honest. Spurs had like 15 minutes at the end when they were down to 10 men. I do agree a little bit with Mourinho. I'm not entirely sure the penalty was a penalty, and I think the red card was soft, but I understand why it was given, but it was a bit soft for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs to look at himself.
Yeah.
And say why we're in that situation anyway. I think he went far, especially against Arsenal. Arsenal aren't like the Arsenal of old.
No.
I don't think he should have gone that defensive. especially with like I said, the way Spurs have been playing as well.
They should
big mistake for me.
Yeah. Just to reflect a little bit on the first 6 minutes here, it seems a lot of misplaced passes, like overhit passes and stuff at the moment. Not quite linking up, but hopefully they grow into the game.
Just speaking on Mourinho, do you think he's finished as a top level manager now?
I think so. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's the same old strategy in big games, and it very rarely comes off for him nowadays. Like, I just don't think he's got the players to do what he used to do.
So if you give him, let's say you give him a couple of transfer windows, do you think he could get Spurs playing back to how they used to play, or do you think that's just Mourinho now? He's just too defensive.
Yeah, I think he's just too defensive. I like I say, I don't think it's a personnel issue. It's a game strategy issue. Tottenham play so much better when they just attack. Like, I look at on any given day, their front three could be the best three in the world.
Yeah.
You could argue like Bale, Son and Kane, or Lucas Moura, Son and Kane. Like, that's a wild front three, and to be not doing, like, the second shot they had was in like the 80th minute today.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not just like a one-off. It's every single big game. They have maybe tops 4 or 5, probably except for the game at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But I think they only started really attacking when United went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the same old tactics. I think it's old-fashioned tactics as well, which don't work anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to have some sort of. People may say he plays on the counter attack, but it's not even the counter attack. It's they've got no outlet whatsoever. So
yeah,
I don't entirely get what the plan is.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's good to see United having a lot of ball here. I'd like to see us maybe make some more chances, but we are definitely getting into those areas. We've got it just around the box now, trying to work our way into the box, which is. I mean, it's been quite. This is quite. Well, that's quite typical Man United, giving the ball away like that. But
well, with Leicester winning as well, there's a little bit more pressure on United to win now, isn't there?
Exactly. Yeah. If they want to regain that second spot, I mean, it's a positive start. We're 10 minutes in. I don't think West Ham have had the ball in our half. Over, like maybe like. Oh God, I just thought he was going to thread that in behind them, but. Cleared by Maguire. Yeah, I don't think they've really threatened an attack yet.
No, I think this will probably be the pattern. I think a draw would probably suit West Ham, to be honest.
It wouldn't be a bad result for them. Yeah, to be honest, I think West Ham, especially if they were paying attention midweek. West Ham are a really good set piece team, so if they can, win some corners and or some free kicks around the area and whip a couple of balls in, could cause us some problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm not wrong, before this game, West Ham were 3 points behind Chelsea with like 2 games in hand.
Yeah, I think that's what we looked the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, so I don't think this will entirely be a bad result. Like I said, if they do come in and get a draw. But for me, I think if United want to get second place, they have to win this type of game.
Yeah, we can't be dropping points, and again, it's positive signs because we're in the final third here, just trying to find that opening. It's just whether we can break them down. Really, it looks like these have started with 5 at the back in like a. It's a 3 centre backs and then a couple of wing backs type of deal.
Yeah, I said when they came to the Etihad, played really well that day, and
yeah, they played the same formation against City as well, I believe.
Yeah, and there was really good on like the counter attack. Soon as they were winning the ball, they were getting men forward, but they were difficult to break down, which is probably why we broke them down by 2 set pieces, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that this is probably their tactic for this game as well.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's going to be the way. Obviously, as a United fan, I'm hoping that we can get a goal and that's going to bring them out a bit. That they need to reply and we can slot in behind. But I guess we'll see how things go. But good start though. I'm quietly confident with the start. There's been a couple of situations where the final pass wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
So it only takes one or two of them to go through, and a game can change around.
It seems like United trying to hunt the ball. When they're losing the ball, it looks like they're trying to hunt the ball back quickly, which is obviously a positive sign. I think West Ham will probably want to get out the first 15-20 minutes at 0-0, then take it from there.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing they could do now is concede early.
Yeah, they've looked solid enough so far, but stuff like this where they've just given the ball away, giving United the ball in that area is never a good idea. So, but I suppose last time we played them, they didn't have Mikel Antonio. I think he was out injured for that game. So, I'm interested to see he's on the ball now. I'm interested to see what type of impact he can have.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to get the ball to him quickly when they win the ball back to try and hold it up and stuff.
Yeah.
United are losing the ball quite easily for me in the last third, so maybe that's something to look at. But it is pretty much end to end, and it's end to end. But I don't think any team's offering too much in that final third yet.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. They could definitely grow into it, but so far United definitely had the share of possession.
I always feel like as well in these type of games, United needs to go a goal down to give them a kick up the arse.
I would prefer it if we could just do it naturally and not have to concede to do that.
Yeah, it just seems like the pattern for the season, though, doesn't it?
Definitely.
You need to go a goal down to be like, oh, we're in a game here.
I'm hoping we can kind of go a bit like when we had that run where we beat Leeds 5-2 and we're scoring goals quite freely. I'd like us to have a little bit of a streak like that where it's a lot less stressful to watch United, because you feel like rather than what's it going to take for us to get into this game, it was more of it's a matter of when we score, not if we score.
Yeah, I think that's the only time I've seen United this year that have in the league that have played it with no fear when they played against Leeds.
Yeah.
And I know it was 5-2 and they conceded 2 goals, but during this game now it just seems like it's a bit like a chess match.
Which is very similar to midweek.
Yeah. And obviously we know how that result went.
Well, exactly, yeah. I think Fred's lucky to not get. I know it's his first foul, but he's lucky not to get away with a yellow card. It seemed like that was a break up the play type of foul.
It's the fouls that people associate Man City with, the tactical fouls.
Yeah.
As soon as a team's breaking, we usually have Fernandinho or Rodri just
clip the heels there.
Yeah, not putting out a bad foul or just a cheeky little.
It's just a little knock to the
tap
ground,
of the foot or something like that. Yeah. It's probably early in the game to give him a yellow card for that, though.
True, and it is, like I say, it was his first foul, but just seemed like if they were going to break and he's stopping the break, usually you'll take a yellow for that. But
yeah. So they want to speak about as well. It's obviously we have covered it a little bit in one of the podcasts. I know that was a few weeks ago when we were speaking about West Ham potentially getting top 4.
Yeah.
But for me, if they get top 4, for me, I think David Moyes needs to get Manager of the Year.
Yeah, like we said, I think similarly I said that time, it'd be hard not to give it Pep for the dominance, but I mean, that's almost expected of Pep. So yeah, I think that would be a solid shout if he takes them to top four. Then you know, it would be hard to argue against it.
I mean, especially with like, I think if I remember right, I think they finished about the 15th, 16th last season.
Yeah, it was
So
a bad one last season.
yeah. So to turn that round and say, oh, we're, if they do get top four, they've gone from battling relegation to next season qualifying for the Champions League, which is unheard of, really.
Yeah, it would probably be up there. Not quite on the same level, but definitely up there with the type of surprise for Leicester winning the league.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I know you can argue. You can argue for Pep, obviously with the winning run that he had. But like you said, it's kind of, if we win the league, that's all you really look at.
Yeah.
Don't really look at records of how long you've been unbeaten. As long as you win the league, that's all what counts. But that's probably what City expect to do, is win the league. So this could only be like a dream for the West Ham fan, to be in like a top four race with like 10 games to go.
Yeah.
So
and looking one of the stronger teams up there as well, to be honest.
They're very solid. They're a proper solid team. I thought there was a chance then.
Yeah, no, I kind of paused for a second as well.
But yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Looping ball into the box there.
It was.
I think Henderson's done well to get something to that, to be honest.
It was a great cross by Cresswell then. I thought there was going to be a goal there, to be honest.
Yeah.
The United give away a ball again cheaply there. Wan-Bissaka.
Someone's down.
Is that the keeper that's gone down?
Bowen, I think.
No.
Is that Bowen?
Jared Bowen, yeah.
There's that chance again. It is a lovely ball. He might
it's a lovely ball then. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, he did land a bit funny on the ankle. They're never fun.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's just the fact that his whole weight comes down on that one ankle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like his stud's got like stuck in the grass, and then obviously he's come down on it. So.
Ah, God, I hate those.
I'd be surprised if he stays on. They're nasty then. Do you think Henderson should have? Do you think Henderson could have claimed it? He said, or do you think that's too harsh?
No, I think in them situations sometimes it is better just to punch it out, just in case you land funny and like don't quite gather the ball and then you drop it on someone's feet, aren't you? So.
I always think that keepers get a lot of protection as well. So maybe if he did try and claim it and then he gets like a little knock, they probably would have disallowed a goal if a goal would have happened anyway. So
yeah,
it was offside anyway.
Yeah,
so
he was offside for sure. But...
yeah. So we're like what? So we're 20 minutes in, just short 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say any teams really grabbed the game by the collar of the net yet. So. Obviously, West Ham will be the happy of the two.
You would have to imagine so, yeah. I'm not upset with United start though. I'm hypercritical of United a lot of the time, and I'll say when I think United are playing shit, and I think today it's a good positive start. I honestly think one of the key factors is Fred. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I feel like for a holding midfielder, he gets involved with closing down, going forward, and he always joins the attack as well. So I don't think Fred gets a lot of the credit he deserves. I know he had a shaky start to like his United career. I was reading something before. He was saying like when he first moved to Manchester, his wife was pregnant and they were like struggling with moving and stuff like that. It's not, it's probably not a good situation to be in, but it's probably not an excuse as well. But I feel like he's definitely improved massively since those initial games.
Yeah, I mean, I think just because the footballer doesn't mean like they don't have issues.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be, especially like you can move into another country. I wasn't aware that his girlfriend or wife was.
I didn't know at the time.
pregnant.
I literally read a statement from him today where he was saying he feels like he's improved massively and is adapting to the English game a lot better.
He's definitely improved because he was awful when he first
That
came.
was terrible.
He was terrible, but
Ooh, good
See if-
chance for United. Good defence there.
yeah, corner United. He's been exceptional this season as well. That Sucher.
Oh yeah. Was he signed this season or last season?
This season.
Yeah, he's got to be up there.
Signed by,
one of the best signings of the season, to be honest.
He signed from Prague, who knocked out Leicester.
I was gonna say, who knocked out Leicester, wasn't it?
I think the right back was as well.
Yeah.
His name slipped from my
Luke Shaw
mind
in the
now.
corner, is it? Yeah. Oh, Maguire, second ball. What the hell is going on? Bit of header tennis in
Stick
the
it
box
out.
at the moment. Another one coming in from Luke Shaw. Oh, well defended again.
It's a good ball.
See, this is the problem. Like West Ham seem fairly solid at the back.
West Ham will deal with them all day,
Yeah.
unless like Maguire stays up maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're only putting balls like that, West Ham will deal with them all day. That's probably their bread and butter.
As I said, and the problem for United is it's not like our front three are exactly, an aerial threat. You've got Dan James, Rashford, and Mason Greenwood. You wouldn't exactly consider any of them an aerial threat, would you?
No. But you wouldn't associate if. I'd be very surprised if one of them got up for like an header and scored. Let's say so. But West Ham look.
Going through them.
Yeah.
Good chance for
I think-
West Ham to count Ronaldo. Oh, good tackle by Wan-Bissaka.
Fernandes is going to be the key for to try and pick a lock in West Ham's defence.
Yeah, I thought he might have got a shot off there, but he's miskicked it straight into it. Mason Greenwood. It's unlucky though. It's good play. And it's good to see what we weren't doing on Thursday, in that fact that we're closing down from the front. We're defending from the front.
I've seen that. I said that, like I said before, when you're losing the ball, you're trying to win it back straight away,
Yeah.
which is not really what we see a lot from United, really. So maybe that's something they've obviously worked on.
Yeah, it was definitely happening a bit when we were on that run of like a few games where we were like winning a few games. We were pressing from the front. I noticed like constant running from the strikers, and it just seemed to drop off. That's that's a good ball. Oh, Rashford's got to score that.
Got a score for me.
Great ball from Greenwood, and Rashford has absolutely choked a chance at the back post.
He has to score for me, though.
He's got to bet it. He's got to at least hit the target.
Yeah. I mean, for anyone that's not watching, Fernandes gets the ball out wide to Greenwood. He cuts in on the left.
That's a beautiful
It's
ball.
a beautiful cross. Rashford's absolute. Yeah, I was going to say wide open and thought he's that too harsh, but he is wide open.
He's wide open. That's a free header.
It's a free header from 9 yards out or something.
Yeah, you can visibly see he's frustrated with that. He might have even been in the 6-yard box,
He's got to score that for me. That's a massive chance for United.
That's a big chance.
Harry Maguire's down at the minute. Not sure what happened there because the camera wasn't on him, but he's come down.
He looks like he's holding his face.
It's got to be Antonio.
Took a knock in the nose or something if they've gone for a header. Oh yeah, headed him in the face.
Oh yeah. I thought it'd be Antonio. It's a bit of a bulldozer, isn't he?
I mean, you're heading a solid unit there in Antonio, aren't you? Look at them legs, Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, he's massive.
I want to take a leg kick off him, would you? I think he's killed a man, and all he did was got headed. God, if he can...
Just while the play stopped now, I did not expect Leicester. I know they were playing Sheffield United, but I didn't expect them to go out and win 5-0 today.
No, that was a bit of a crazy result. I know it was Sheffield, but yeah, 5-0 was not the way I saw that game going.
Yeah, obviously, if you look at Sheffield United and you look at the league position, the rock bottom of the league, but they don't get beat heavily often at all. It's usually like 2-1 or 3-1 or something like tight or 1-0 or something like that. So to be beat, I know they've just lost the manager as well.
I was going to say they've just lost Chris Wilder as well.
Yeah, so maybe that's a knock-on effect, but I say it's not often they get hammered like that. So that was especially with this game going on now, that's probably a result that they dreamed of, really, to win that so comfortable. I think so, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to see if Harry Kane Harry Kane? I wish Harry Kane had come
back. I was there, you wish you had Harry Kane.
Just dropped on the pitch. Right, guys.
What do you make of Harry Maguire?
Not worth the money at this point. I'm yet to be convinced otherwise. Too inconsistent for an £80 million defender.
Let's just say you take the money out of it. Obviously, I always say, like, the fee that you pay for someone it's nothing to do with the player. It's just how Liverpool values you.
It's a reflective of the market and the fact he's English and stuff.
Yeah. So, just taking away obviously the fee. What do you make of him?
Inconsistent. I don't feel like he's good enough. On his day, maybe, yeah, like he can be great, but too many games where he just doesn't show up or makes mistakes. Like you can't be doing this. If you want to win at this level, you can't be that inconsistent.
I feel like Bailly's your best defender.
So do I. I think Bailly and Lindelof are probably our best too.
The only issue with Bailly is he does pick up injuries.
Very often, which is a major problem, yeah.
Yeah, but for me, he's definitely your best defender.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. It's another corner to United. Good ball in from Greenwood, but again, just no one on the end of it. There's no one in there. He's aiming for Dan James, for God's sake. You've got the patented England lineup for the corner, and that's not a very good corner. No. He's offside, so he can't challenge for it. No, and yet again, West Ham clearing the corner with what we would call
absolute
ease. But they seem pretty content. I mean, look, they're not chasing out. They're just sitting at that line and not going past it, type of thing. That's good.
No, I think. Greenwood's got.
Oh, that's a good chance. Greenwood with the ball in.
Fabianski's done well there to keep hold of that.
Did that come off Fabianski and back onto the defender? I want to see from this replay now.
It's a good ball by Shaw to get in.
Oh, that's so
Greenwood
fortunate. It hits the defender.
McTominay was going to knock that in there as well.
Hits the defender's back as it's about to run out to him. Oh, that's so unlucky.
Maybe United, Greenwood's. It's a good block in the end there by West Ham, but I think just going on a few United players. Obviously, we spoke about Harry Maguire. Then, what do you think of Mason Greenwood? Because I personally really like him. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, I really rate him. I think he's, like I said the other day, he's one of the future stars for us and for England. Hopefully, Rashford with speculative effort, and it's deflected wide for a corner.
Another corner for United. I mean, it has to be better than the previous corners, because West Ham will deal with them all day, so they'll be hoping that it's going to be another poor delivery. But surely you got to be aiming for Maguire here.
Well, you've got to, yeah. He's that attacking threat that we have in the box. It's towards him, but it's not there, is it? Yet again, cleared fairly easily.
It's funny how obviously England's last major tournament, he was a major part for like
That's what I mean,
corner
yeah.
kicks and stuff, wasn't he? And he just hasn't seemed to get that over onto Man United.
One thing I will say though with that England setup is it's not just Maguire. Like I suppose with United, Maguire's the primary threat, and to mark him. But with England, he had those three that always lined up, like Kane, Maguire, and whoever the hell else went in there.
Eric Dyer was league for England, to be fair, during that tournament. John Stones played well as well. I think he scored a couple of goals as well. So
was it John Stones that scored 2 against Costa Rica? People were, like betting on him scoring a hat trick in the second half or something.
I know he scored a couple. I don't know whether it was in the same game. I
think it was the game where we won like 5-1 and it was 5-0 at half time. We ended up losing the second half.
It was against Panama.
Panama, that's the one, not Costa Rica. Similar places, probably. I've never been.
That was in the last. They did have Costa Rica in the group. Like I think it was the tournament before, if I remember rightly, but or the World Cup before or something like
that.
Yeah. It's just come up with a stat there. Obviously, 32 minutes in, and no teams had a shot on target.
Not a single shot on target.
Not one shot on target, no.
Yeah, I suppose now that I think of it, I can't think of a shot on target.
No. United have obviously had more chances. West Ham are trying to break out just at the minute now.
Breaking it. Oh, no, never mind. Declan Rice with a bad touch. Recovered well.
He's one that's been linked with United.
He's been linked with United a few times. I'm not entirely sure because they were saying they're going to want like 70 million for him. He's another one, like, I feel like the only reason they want 70 million for him is because he's 22 and English.
Yeah.
Like, his ability definitely doesn't warrant a £72 million price tag.
Oh, I think he's a good player. I think transfer fees have just gone.
Oh, they have gone.
So I just had to. Yeah, they've just gone mad. I just had to stop myself then. I thought United were gonna.
It's another probing ball into the box, but again, like if you see that there's 5 West Ham players in the box and 1 Man United, that's a great ball. Greenwood.
Again, there's no one in the box apart from James.
Oh, that's a good effort. Oh, good touch. Sorry, not a good effort. Good block though again. This has got to be the strat. Just soak and then counter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's got to be a yellow card, isn't it?
Yep, that's the yellow card for Wan-Bissaka.
I think this will be West Ham. I think West Ham's plan will be let's go on at half time. Obviously, still 0-0. Get its last 20 minutes maybe and go a bit more attacking. But like I said, a draw won't be that bad for West Ham, so they'll probably take a draw.
Yeah, I feel like that right there could be like that could be bigger than they think, because that kind of limits Wan-Bissaka's ability to throw in those tackles he would usually do when someone's trying to beat him. Because he's known
to go to ground quite easily, so
yeah,
could be something to look out for.
Oh, quick free kick from West Ham. Oh, Jesus Christ! And blocked by Wan-Bissaka. United's chance to counter. Run.
They're not really getting out as quickly as they used to do, United.
No, and that's going nowhere. That's straight to the keeper.
Especially when you look at the game against it was a different pattern, but like you played at obviously against Man City, you were getting out quite fast and getting men forward when you won the ball. In that situation, I think you had maybe 1, maybe 2 going forward quickly.
Yeah.
And West Ham have got 5 people back, so
you really need to be And it's not like we've not got the pace up there as well. Like you should at least have them front 3 running up there. I think
in an ideal situation, you didn't want Rashford to have the ball. You'd want him to be one of the ones, obviously making one of them runs in behind. But you still got James and obviously Greenwood to, like, with the pace to try and get in.
Oh, this could be a good chance.
Could be a chance now.
Well, oh, tip round the post. What a save by Fabianski.
That is a save. What a save!
I was convinced that was in the bottom corner.
What a save that is! It's a great ball in there by Bruno Fernandes. That's a great save. He literally does everything right there. Cuts inside on his left, takes a quick snapshot.
Yeah,
literally fingertips on. That's a great save. That.
Yeah, I was just before that happened. I was going to say, I think given the way it's gone at the moment, West Ham would be the much happier side going in 0-0. I mean, considering that's just happened now, they're even happier. Another poor United corner as well. Didn't beat the first man.
Maybe you kind of look at it and you think maybe we take Luke Shaw off the corners.
You'd think so, but I mean, who do you put on them? Luke Shaw's delivery's been solid so far this season.
I mean, I know he's probably one of them to ping one from the box if it gets cleared, but why not put Bruno on it?
Well, that was my first thought. Like Bruno seems to be like one of our best passing players, if not our best passing player type of thing. Look at that. West Ham's average position, every player bar, I think that's Mikel Antonio, number 30.
Yeah.
Average position of in their own half. Be interesting to see what United's has been. But United build up play around the box again.
It just seems to be a bit too sideways and backwards just at the minute.
Yeah, it's trying to open those gaps up, but not a lot of teams will open that gap up for you, and especially when that back line seems like it's sticking as a solid 5. Like that, it's going to take something like that. That's a great ball, good header, but easy save. Fernandes to Rashford with the header.
That's what I mean by them penetrating. That's the first time someone's tried to make one of them runs in.
Yeah.
And then straight away you get a chance.
He might have been offside, to be honest. VAR.
I think his knee probably would have been offside there, but
it's because Fernandes hesitated for when he actually went for the run.
That's what you need to do. You need to get some runs in behind, because I say they'll deal with them all day if you're just going to be knocking it side to side.
Yeah, that's what I liked about Diallo when he come on Thursday. He instantly was looking to run in behind every time. Take an elbow to the face though, or he just jumped on the floor for no reason. I missed that.
Yeah, I think. I mean, there's nothing in it.
Nah. I mean, I'd say that if Lamella got sent off before, you never know.
I can't believe Lamella came on for some, scored a Rabona, and got sent off. I mean, it's an incredible cameo performance.
It's a weird. Lamella's a weird one though, because like when he was throwing them tackles in, even the commentators were saying, don't be fooled into thinking that he's throwing these tackles in because it's a derby. He plays like this every time he plays.
Yeah.
He seems like he's got a bit of an attitude. Like I don't know if that's just like, I don't know if you can call that just like like someone who's naturally just an aggressive footballer and that's how they play, or whether he is a bit of a dick. But
I think you just get those type of players.
Yeah, it reminds me like, I know it wasn't anything like this, but it reminds me of when growing up we'd play like in the Friday football tournament that we all used to play in.
Yeah,
and you'd have that lad that like if anyone tackled him, he'd try and start a fight with them because like how dare you tackle him. It's like I hate people with like that type of attitude, because it's almost like you think you're that much better than people that when someone does better than you have to try and fight them. Like how much of a small PP energy have you got to have to do that? As I say, I don't know if that's probably not the case with Lamella. He's probably just a naturally aggressive footballer, but
I think it's because he's from like South America. It's not very rare for them to like go into tackles and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not shy to a yellow card or a red card.
I love the fact when he sent him off as well. He stood there as if to say, "You can't send me off." Not allowed to send me off. I was listening to I couldn't get the bloody Sky app to work, so I was listening to the NBC or whatever it is, NBCSN or anyway, the American one, and it was Lee Dixon was on commentary.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Ooh, you need to get off there, lad, before he gives you a straight red." And it's just like, I don't think he cares. Because the commentary team in that game seemed to think that he should have been given a straight red. Like, that VAR should have came in and give the straight red. But for me, it was a soft yellow, never mind a straight red. Oh, God, he had a kick in the face then.
I could have ended badly, that.
Yeah. So, more back and forth, really. It's mostly been played out in midfield for the last couple of minutes.
I won't be surprised if as I say, West Ham want this pattern until probably like the 70th minute, and then to try and nick a goal. I did expect a little bit more from West Ham, to be honest.
Yeah, oh God, that's poor though. And these are the dangerous moments now where you give West Ham the chance to counter-attack.
But again, West Ham haven't really got anyone
I don't know.
pushing forward.
Yeah, easily cleared, to be honest. Yeah, they had like 4 in the attack, and to be fair to United, they did manage to get about 5-6 players back. That's not doing much though, is it? Let's be honest.
Seen Wan-Bissaka's give away the ball quite a lot.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Sadly, it looks like he's starting to learn from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's trying to set his own record of giving the ball away.
I don't think he get the ball out of play that far down, to be fair.
I know, yeah.
Never mind.
Oh. He's having a stink of that guy. You know he's hearing some ringing in the ears now. It's like, ooh, fuck.
Again, every time West Ham go forward, they're not really doing much.
You know what I'm surprised that isn't playing today? Just based on the FA Cup game against us, I thought that Ben Rama, when he come on, played really well in the FA Cup.
I seen him a lot for Brentford.
Yeah,
he's a cracking player, but he doesn't really get game time.
No, I mean, I suppose who do you take out for him? But I felt like just based on his performance against United in the FA Cup, he might have played.
I can't say there being much added time here. It's obviously the 44th minute now, so we'll see in a minute. But
did have the injury to Maguire though, so it could be a minute or two.
I think a couple of minutes maybe, but
yeah, that's what I mean. Like
apart from that, there's not many. There's not been that many stoppages, has there?
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Good chance.
Good recovery. But Tomlin to clip to the back post. No, we're going left again. There's no one there. See, this is my gripe with United though. Like, it is that side to side constantly. There's no change up, so teams can set up for it.
And again, there's no run. You need runs in behind.
Oh, good touch. Oh my God. Oh, Dan James just turned into prime Ronaldo. What's going on here? But again, easy to escape. Just flood him with about 4 men, and there's no outball, is there? 2 minutes at a time. Oh, God's sake.
Maguire's give away that with cheaply again. That's happened quite a few times by United, where they've.
Yeah, just a weak pass.
Yeah, it's not really in a dangerous position to give the ball away, but it's just a sloppy pass, and then they've lost possession.
I was just about to say, with there only being a minute and a half left in the half, do you like let someone pump this forward and get in the box, but straight away, quick free kick straight back to the side to side?
I think he has to change something at half time.
You would expect so.
I can't expect him to go in and go, do you know what, lads?
It's been
same again.
It's been a good half, but yeah, it's not been good enough, has it?
So it's like I said, it's been good until the final third, and then it's just a bit.
What was that? Fernandez just kicked the ball out of play. I don't think he wants to play anymore. And they are in absolutely no hurry to get this ball out.
That'll be interesting.
Monday Night Football. I was just about
Monday
to say
Night Football. Wolves v Liverpool.
Wolves. At Wolves as well, was it? Oh, they might have a chance then. I don't know.
I'd say they're probably happy about about playing away and playing at home.
A bit like us this season. Worse at home than we are away somehow.
I think there's a lot of teams that have picked up more points like away from home than they have at home.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it saying that it's the most the most points an away team has picked up during like this point
That'll make it
at the season. It's just gone half time now. Still 0-0. How would you even sum that up?
I mean, not a lot's happened. A couple of half chances. You wouldn't say there was any big, like, other than the Greenwood chance.
Yeah, I'd say there's been one big chance, but maybe Rashford's header as well. Should have done better with that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair actually. Yeah, Rashford wide open at the back post probably should definitely make more of that chance. He definitely needs to ask a question of the keeper in that situation. Why is that fight happening? He absolutely battered him in the first one. Like a rematch clause type of deal there.
Yeah, you always have it, don't
they?
Yeah. As I say, apart from the Rashford and the Greenwood chance, there's not really been much happening apart from that, is there really?
No, like I say, it's been half chances of like the ball maybe breaking and stuff like that, but there's not been any. They're the only clear-cut chances I can think of. Rashford definitely has to do better. Greenwood, I feel like he's done almost as well as he can, bar punting in the top corner. It's just a great save from the goalkeeper. Fabianski's done really well to get a hand to that and push it around the post.
Oh, that was a unbelievable save.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just gonna have a quick look at the table and I'll see just to see what it's like if West Ham do hold on for a draw.
Yeah.
So obviously a draw wouldn't be enough for United to get back up to second. So United have to win if they want to go back up to second place.
Yeah.
Leicester would move on to 49 points. And still have a game in hand on Chelsea. We're on 51. So there'd be 2 points behind Chelsea with a game in hand.
Oh, West Ham would go to 4. Oh, I'm seeing it as it stands. Yeah, as it stands, they go to 49 with a game in hand.
Yeah. So there'd be 2 points behind Chelsea with the game in hand.
I mean,
if
West Ham nick it, they go to 51. We're on 47. We really are getting dragged into that top 4 battle.
I was just going to mention because they've obviously still got the game in hand as well.
Yeah.
So United are going to 54. West Ham are going to 51. Obviously 3 points behind with that game in hand.
Yeah. What's their goal difference like? Oh, it's very
11.
Dramatically less than us.
Yep. I'd say United have got some favourable games as well.
What are West Ham's next few games like? I think they've got Arsenal coming up.
Yeah, got Arsenal at home, Wolves away, Leicester at home, Newcastle away, Chelsea at home, which will be a big one.
4 of those 5 games are not easy games. If you think about it, like 4 of those 5 games are potential really difficult games. Wolves are no pushover. Leicester, second in the league, unless we win today. Arsenal have got the potential to beat them. Chelsea, still unbeaten under Thomas Tuchel, so it's not the easiest next 5 games.
No, I mean the next 5, like you said, are probably they've still got Leeds. Leeds can turn up on the day as well. But the running. Let's say the last 5 games maybe.
Yeah.
All definitely winnable. But it'd be very interesting if West Ham do nick a win here.
Yeah.
Especially if they win the game in hand as well and go level points with Man United as well.
Yeah.
So that win at the Etihad as well, it's looking
important.
Very important, yeah.
Yeah, Jay's in the chat. He says, "Evening, fellas." So evening, Jay. And then he says, "Can't see the top 4 changing from what it is now." I'm not totally convinced on that one. Chelsea, whilst unbeaten under Tuchel, are drawing a lot of games, and I feel like there's still space for an Everton or a West Ham to sneak in there. And as I say, if United drop some points, they can be really dragged into this thing. The same way that if Leicester had to fall off a little bit, they could be dragged into it.
Yeah, I think if you look at the top 4 now, it's maybe apart from Leicester, maybe at the start of the year, you'd probably think would be in the top 4. Maybe if you change Leicester with Liverpool, you'd probably say that would probably be the top 4, say with the signings Chelsea made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that would probably be the only exception. But I think they haven't played that great today, West Ham, but they are a very good team.
It's like you say, though, they could still be setting up for that type of hold on, and then have a go in the last couple of minutes.
I think that's definitely the tactic. I mean, they've not even had an attempt at goal.
No, it's 8 attempts to 0.
Yeah, so they're clearly just holding on for as long as possible, and then probably they'll probably expect United to come more onto them, which will then leave gaps in behind. So
I'd be surprised if Rashford chance here. He just has to be better.
Yeah, it's a great ball by Greenwood as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ball. Oh.
Just going at the other end of the table as well. Brighton got a big result today.
Yeah, that was huge for Brighton. It's dragged Newcastle even closer towards this doom. That it's definitely between those 3, isn't it? Fulham, Newcastle, and Brighton. I don't think anyone else is getting dragged into that.
No.
I know Southampton are in some rotten form, but I think they've probably got enough to be safe.
I agree. I mean, I've said for numerous weeks now. I think Newcastle are the team that'll go.
Yeah.
With West Brom and Sheffield United, but I'm not too sure on how long Callum Wilson's might out for, to be honest. But
yeah, and they do have a game in hand as well over Fulham. So,
but I think let me just have a look at Newcastle, because I think Newcastle have got a lot of hard games coming up as well, which obviously doesn't help them, and which is surprising. They've got Fulham last game of the season.
They could come down to that. That's right.
That would be cracking, man.
I do love like a final day relegation decider.
Could you imagine that? That'd be brilliant, man. Then next game's big. They've got Brighton, so they've got Brighton away. Newcastle play Tottenham at home. Then they go to Burnley away. Then they've got
team that are down there with them. So
yeah. Now this is where it gets really tricky for them. So they're 3 difficult games anyway. So then they've got West Ham at home. Then they've got Liverpool away. Then after that they've got Arsenal at home. After that they've got Leicester away. After that they've got Man City at home. And then they've got 2 games left after that, which is Sheffield United at home, which is going to be one team that's already gone.
Yeah.
And then they've got the game against Fulham to end this. So for me, looking at Newcastle's fixtures, they're gone.
Yeah,
I think they've left it too late.
It might be. It's going to be interesting though, because if they can pick up wins against Brighton and Burnley, the 2 teams that are above them, they've got a game in hand on Burnley. If they beat Brighton, they'll be on 31 points. If they then beat Burnley, they'll be on 34 points. So they could be above Burnley, who potentially are 15th now. So they need to get themselves up there to be able to, not worry so much about needing a result against the likes of Man City. Because, let's be honest, it's not likely to happen. Like, I know, like, miracles happen and all this stuff in football, but yeah.
With the games that I've just read out for Newcastle, I think the next three they're going to have to pick up maximum points for me.
Yeah, I would say at least the 2 games against Burnley and Brighton.
Because, as I say, the next 3 games after that are probably like the top 5.
Yeah. So Jay said, feels like West Ham are really missing Lingard, the difference he's made to the team, and honestly thinks Newcastle will pull through. They seem to pull out odd results out of their arse against anyone, so it's definitely possible. But I agree with you. It's those next 3 games. I think after that we'll have a lot more of a clear view as to how they're going to do.
Yeah. I say they're just going by the obviously the Lingard comment as well. I said in the previous podcast as well that we've done that Lingard was very good when we played him, and he was the one that was bringing West Ham out. By watching that first half, they do definitely miss him so far. So they'll obviously have him back for the next few games, which will be massive for them to get the results that they need. It is going to be interesting. Obviously, the running, with the top 4 battle and then the relegation battle. But I do hope that relegation battle, as a neutral supporter, goes down to the last day, because that'll just be epic.
Yeah. Do you think they'll sign him outright in the summer?
Is that Lingard?
Yeah.
I think they will. Yeah.
I think they'll definitely try. I don't if he keeps playing like this, United will probably try and keep hold of him, but.
I think United will. Where would he fit in at Man United?
Well, I personally don't think he does, but the likelihood that you're going to get a decent amount for him, like, I know he's English and all this, and that always drives the price up, but West Ham are not going to pay like 50 million for him, are they? If he goes, he's going to be like 15 million at the best. And I feel like United, if he has a good season, would rather miss out on the 15 million and keep him round as like a rotation player.
I think it depends. No one knows what the transfer market's going to be like, obviously, with like the pandemic and stuff like that. I know what clubs have lost a lot of money.
Yeah, this is true.
So maybe they'll look at it and say, we could take, let's say, 15 to 20 mil with add-ons. It's not a bad deal for like a 28-year-old who's probably not going to get game time.
True.
You've got like.
I didn't really think about the pandemic situation. I suppose that is more of a reason.
If you look at United's team, so they're playing a 4-3-3, pretty much.
Yeah.
So Bruno's a guaranteed starter like every single week. Pogba, his future's up in the air a little bit. So whether he'll sort out his.
You have to imagine though,
future
if we do get rid of Pogba, it's going to either be a player plus money type of deal with someone, which that player would probably be someone that fits into our team, or we're going to want to replace him with a big signing. Not Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, if Pogba goes, you don't let a big player like that go and then just go, oh well, we've got Jesse Lingard. Yeah. You're gonna have to try and replace him with that type of player. So let's say he stays. So you've got Bruno and Pogba. He's not going to start over any of them.
No.
Obviously, you've got Van der Beek, who's on the bench. He can't get a game.
Either, no.
Then Scott McTominay. These are all holding players now. If we're assuming they're going to keep on playing the 4-3-3, Lingard's an attacking player, so for me, it doesn't fit in. So, career terms, you would really see him leaving for him to go to West Ham. Personally, that's how I feel anyway.
No, I agree with you, to be honest. You're just never sure whether like United are going to try and keep hold of him. Okay, Jay says, I think it's the English teams that'll suffer the most from the pandemic. I think the price of our players is going to be massively deflated from teams across Europe. Yeah, I can't really argue with you there, to be honest.
I don't see. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of major signings because of the pandemic. I think that's going to obviously impact a lot of teams.
I'm not sure.
I'd say from speaking from like the pandemic's not going to hinder my team.
Well, no.
Like we can probably still go out and say if let's say Haaland, if Dortmund say, oh, we won 150 million, like we're not going to go, oh, we've had a tough year. They're going to go, okay, whatever.
I think another team that's going to invest heavily is Barcelona as well, especially now that the new president has been elected. I think they're going to be keen to start bringing in some players.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's made a bit of a noise saying he wants Aguero to go. I mean, they won't have to pay for him either. So, as I say, can they keep hold of Messi? He's on like stupid amounts of money. So if they do let him go, they're going to be saving all that type of money to then reinvest into the squad. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because that new president's made a lot of noise about what he wants to do and stuff like that. So, it'd be interesting. But I think Real Madrid need to rebuild. I think their squad's really old, and this is probably like the worst Madrid team I've seen for a long, long time. So they'll definitely reinvest. You got the Mbappe situation at PSG. He's apparently holding out on signing like a new deal. Maybe he wants to move.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We'll, but they're not going to let these players go on like the cheap. No. So it will be interesting. But I suppose you'll have to like wait and see how it all pans out.
Yeah, and the second half has now kicked off, by the way. So I guess we'll see. I obviously don't have the sound on, so I didn't hear anything. But from what I can see, no changes in the second half yet.
No, I think Lanzini and Benrahma was warming up at half time.
Yeah, I did catch a glimpse of that.
So maybe that's a change that they're looking to make, probably on like the hour mark, maybe.
Yeah, as you say, they could be the two guys that come in at that 70-minute mark, where we were predicting they would, start to come out a bit more. Though, I was going to say a couple of them seem to be streaming forward, and then I noticed everybody else had just stopped. But yeah, straight back to the keeper.
Yeah, they've gone to.
They changed formation a little bit.
Yeah, they've gone to a back four.
Do you think that's because United were getting down the sides of them a little bit too easy, or do you think that is in preparation for them, starting to counter attack a little bit more?
Probably a bit both. To be honest, I think this was probably in the game plan.
Ooh, he's fell over.
Oh,
could be a chance. There's only one man in the box though. Again, there's no danger in that. They can let that run across because there's one man in the box.
I was going to say I'm not sure who's just crossed that in.
Dan James.
Dan James it was a good ball in that. So he whipped across the 6-yard box, and
if there was strikers
in there, absolutely
no goal. Yeah.
Literally, the West Ham players have looked around to each other and they've just let the ball run straight across the box. No one there at all.
Like, who was he aiming for though? Like,
maybe he expected Greenwood to make that run.
Maybe. I feel like the only person that makes a run like that is Cavani. Like, Cavani's like bread and butter is that run to the front post, but even then you'd have been hard. Like, you'd have to be rapid to get to that front post in time. But it's as we've been saying in the last couple of weeks, there doesn't seem to be a plan B. Like, it's like, we've got it down the wing, but we have to cross it in now. And sometimes I feel like you could just be like, let's just come back and rebuild, let people join the attack.
I think West Ham have come out a little bit more than they were.
Yeah, they seem to be pressing. Like, now you can see they're pressing in midfield, whereas in the first half they were stood about where Declan Rice was, just holding the line basically.
Yeah.
That's a yellow card, probably. Stop the window, one sec.
I was going to say that had to be a yellow card because he's just come straight across in there, to be fair.
Apologies for any emergency service you hear going back, but it's way too hot in this house. No, he's limping as well.
Just bear with me a second, I just literally need to go and get me charger.
Okay.
Laptop charger before my laptop dies.
Alright, good. See, this could be dangerous as well, with the chance to get the ball in the box. Interesting to see if that's what they're going to go for, like a pump into the box. No, they're going to play it short, and then, oh, no, he is going to pump it in. West Ham seem to be going for the aerial route. Chance for United to attack, though. Oh, he's held that way too long. Good tackle from Declan Rice, though. To break up that break, I suppose. Interested to know what you think, Jay. What do you think the final score is going to be in this one? Anybody else watching, what do you think? Good football from United. Oh, cut back. Good defence. Not entirely sure who that was. Ogbonna maybe. Might just take a little bit of magic from someone here to get this goal. It's Bruno Fernandes with another attempt, but blocked straight away.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I agree, Jay. No, United had a semi-decent chance. It was a chance to make a chance again, as it has been the whole game. Luke Shaw plays the 1-2 with, I think it was Rashford. Gets down the line, cuts it back into the box, and it's a good block from the defender. But it's too much of that. Just like sloppy, lazy passes. They seem like. I was just saying to Jay and anybody else in the chat, really, like, what score do we think we see this one happening? Jay says he can't see past the 1-0 to either way. Like,
I think that's the plan for West Ham.
it's definitely West Ham's plan.
Do you know? I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 0-0.
No, I was saying that I wouldn't be surprised to see it end as it is, because we don't seem to be able to break them down, and I could just see like them not being able to get through when they do. Eventually, if they even do try to start attacking.
Yeah.
I think United have got to be careful when they're in like the 40-yard range of our half, like, to stop making these silly tackles, because, like I say, they're good at set pieces. They've been one of the best set piece teams this year. You know, so I think Souček scored from a ridiculous amount of set pieces. You don't want to give them that chance to pump the ball into the box and test you. You'd rather just stand them up. They're not going anywhere otherwise, so why do we seem to need to make these silly tackles? Another ball across the ball. Oh my word. Another corner. And then swinging it.
Yeah. Again, that was good by Greenwood. He's got in from the right hand side. He's drove into the box again, across the 6-yard box.
Yeah, and
no one's really running towards goal. He nearly scored. I thought he was going to go in, to be fair.
Yeah,
but he's put it behind for the corner.
Oh look, Fernandes taking the corners now.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. 1-0. Header from Scott McTominay. Got a look to it. Happy days. Almost a spoiler, Kyle, but not quite.
What did we say?
Yeah.
Take
Bruno
Luke Shaw
Fernandes
off
on the
the
corners.
corners. Put Bruno on the corners because he's the best delivery taker.
And you know what? I'm glad that on his little iPad next to him, Solskjaer's got the stream on. He must have. He's heard it here first, and he's gone in at half time and gone, listen, the lads have said, Bruno, you're on the corners. Oh, that was an own goal.
Who's it off?
It looks like
it's an own goal.
Number 5 there. Is it
own
Dawson,
goal.
Is it? Yeah, that's a very blatantly an own goal. Who is it? Dawson, yeah. Well, we'll take them. If we can't score, someone might as well score for us.
Maybe that opens the game up a little bit.
I would hope so. Hopefully, in United's favour, create some more gaps in behind. But what we don't want it to do is what it would have done to United in previous weeks and set a rocket fucking underneath them, basically. But even now, you're seeing gaps in behind. Oh, is he giving? Oh, he's maybe offside. I thought he gave a foul.
It was a foul.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was just strength. I don't know about that one though. Do you think that's a foul?
No, not for me. That's going to be given as a foul. Though. I think the defenders get a lot with a lot these days.
Yeah, they do, to be fair. Sorry, my nan's just trying to phone me. That's you. I can imagine it's not ideal when you're streaming.
I think if you look at the game so far, I mean, West Ham still haven't had a shot.
Another big chance for United here with Rashford.
Is Rashford's in?
Oh, Rashford have older to hit that the second he pulled inside. I don't know what the hesitation is this season, but yeah, it seems like what you said is going to be right. That they're going to come out more to try and score, and it's going to create chances.
Well, they're going to have to now, aren't they? So
yeah, that's behind for a goal kick. Deflection off Fred. So now that the first goal's gone in, though, at this stage, then we might not see a 1-0. It's crazy how fast a goal can change the the dynamic of the game.
No, the game needed a goal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You'd imagine West Ham to bring on the two guys that were warming up at half time. Expect them to come on a little bit sooner now, maybe.
Yeah, late 60 minutes. It was probably. I think if it had stayed 0-0, they would have waited till about 70. But
yeah,
now, like you say, now that they've conceded the goal, you almost have to, don't you?
Definitely, yeah. Because let's be honest, he can't stay like that. Antonio.
Yeah. He's not going to keep it in. It's going to be a corner.
Will that count as a shot?
I suppose it is a shot. It's just not on target, is
it? Maybe. I think that was the first time where someone's drove forward for West Ham.
Yeah, and
they've created something and got a corner. So.
And these are the parts that make me worry about United, because corners are just. There you go. Goals from set pieces this season. West Ham have got the most at 15. They get it out though. Whip it.
They didn't really have anyone attacking that, did they?
No. And it looks like, as I say, that looks like the. Oh, he's offside. Never mind. As I say, it looks like he might have gone out, but offside. So skirt and crisis averted.
There we go.
Two subs are going to come on. Let's see who goes off for them. Okay, so I'm not going to do it just yet. Have a quick chat over the iPad first. Oh my word. That's poor.
Yeah, again, it's another sloppy
lazy
pass with.
It's like they're just not they're not linking up at all. Like one of them's like, oh, he wants the ball in front of him, so he kicks the ball in front of him, and then the other one stood still, like, oh, why'd you kick the ball in front of me? It's just, there just doesn't seem to be any sort of cohesion at all. And, like, look at that, oh, Jesus Christ, Harry, get your feet away from me.
They're asking for a penalty.
Yeah, I thought Harry Maguire might have brought him down there, to be honest.
It's been checked.
Handball, though, I think. Not a foul. Not for me. Yeah, they do look pretty cool. I think he's got the ball, hasn't he?
No, not for me.
Yeah, Jay's saying that like Antonio and Rice are looking out of it tonight. Just don't get a chance to get into the game, have they? Like, this is such a hard way to play for a lone striker when your team's very defensive, because to get on the ball you're having to come deep, and it means you haven't got the chance really to get on ahead of them defenders, which is, you would argue that Antonio is one of those players that can run in behind and cause trouble. There's no one in the box again. Another good cross from Dan James, but absolutely no one to target. And United go back to passing it around the midfield.
I think as you've seen from United's goal kick, West Ham had about 4 or 5 people near United's box, so you can clearly see that they are pushing people more forward now.
Yeah, definitely. In the first half, they'd have set up on about the 40-yard line, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't think they would have had anyone past the halfway line, definitely.
No. Yeah. It's definitely tactical. It's a good run from Wan-Bissaka. Good touch. Let's see where this goes. Greenwood with the ball. Looking for an opportunity to shoot. No. Fernandez. Oh, what a save! It's a fantastic save from Fabianski again. He is absolutely keeping him in this game.
Yeah. I think it must have been about 23, 24 yards out.
Yeah. It's like almost
another cracking
straight
save
in front of goal. Is he going
shout
to
down
turn it
to his right hand side.
Oh, that's horrible. Looks like West Ham can clear now. Jesus Christ, that is not good. Antonio breaking here. Lindelof can keep up with him though.
He's strong though, Antonio. You don't want him running that yet.
Oh, it's good recovery from Luke Shaw, to be honest. And clear till about the halfway mark. And here come West Ham again.
I think this game's going to really open up when them subs come up.
Oh dear. Ooh. I think all Maguire can do I think all Maguire can do is make it difficult for him to get to it, basically. Here's another look at that.
Yeah, let's do a look at that save. It was a very good save again.
Oh, it's well hit through the player's legs as well, so he's seen that fairly late.
Is he set at some pace as well?
That's a great save. Fair play to him. Declan Rice is off for Ben Rama, is that? No, that's Lanzini. And no, that's not Declan Rice, that's Mark Noble, sorry. And Johnson off for Lanzini. Yeah, okay.
Definitely attacking now, innit?
I butchered both of those substitutions, but you get the point. Ben Rama and Lanzini on, and Johnson and Noble off. Oh, ow. Do you think that at what point do they kind of reckless abandon and just throw everything forward? Do you think last 10 minutes or?
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. That's not gonna happen until there's about 10 minutes left. And it's still 1-0.
Yeah, because I agree with what you were saying earlier. I think they'd be happy with a draw, so their mindset is just one goal gets us the draw rather than we have to score twice and win this. It's more of a must-win for United, to be honest, isn't it? So
I'd say their game plan probably would have been, let's get 15, 20 minutes to make sure we're in the game.
Yeah.
And then see where they are, pretty much. So if they can keep it 1-0.
Like this stuff here. Passing it around the back with but I mean, again, you can see the press already. That was non-existent in the first half, and they just closed us down. 20, 30 yards into our half. So evidence of a tactical change. Could we see now if West Ham turn this around, do we credit this to a United choke, or do we credit it to good tactical changes from Moyes?
Depending on what happens, really.
Yeah, depending on the manner of it.
Yeah.
Bowen.
There's a chance here, though.
A good block.
Oh.
Solid block.
Maguire's done well there. I know he just get a lot of sticks.
He's got to bury that. Lovely ball into the box, and Bowen has headed wide.
He's offside anyway.
Oh, okay. He has to hit the target though, but
he still has to score.
Yeah.
He still has to score.
Oh, he's well offside by the looks of it. Let's have a look. Yeah. Good yard offside there.
Yeah. It's kind of like miles off these days.
Yeah, true. With VAR, any more than an inch and you're miles off, aren't you?
But he's still got to hit the target.
Yeah, but I mean,
at least
we said this the other night with United AC. The fact that these are getting chances like that has to be a warning sign that they can produce something. We can't just sit back and let them attack.
It kind of feels like the how the Milan game went.
Yeah, what I'm hoping is we soak the pressure for a little bit, almost encourage them to come forward, and then hit them on the counter. Because I have noticed we're still going forward, and we're still trying to close them down from the front type of thing. So I think, oh God, Harry, just don't lose it, please. See, I think these are the opportunities now, and I have just gone into potato quality for some reason.
That's a great ball.
That's a great ball. Another great save by Fabianski from what I could see. For some reason, my
Fabianski's been awesome today.
Potato, yeah, he has. Absolutely nothing he could do about the goal as well. So, I mean, the best thing he might have done all game here is entering Bruno Fernandes. I know his saves were good, but yeah, Rashford looked like he was close.
Keeper's come out well, and because you'd probably back him to score there, Bruno Fernandes, but he's done well. He's had a class game.
What was it? A bit of knee to knee. They're never fun, are they? Well, shin to knee, whatever difference. It still hurts. I mean, fortunately, both teams have got 2 sub-keepers on the bench, so if something does happen to the keeper, we're all covered.
Yeah, I mean, West Ham have already got Rudolph out injured.
Yeah.
Probably can't afford to have another keeper out injured.
No, won't be ideal
especially
for them,
especially if they want to carry on the top 4 push. But he looks all right.
Yeah, so a little knock on the knees, not gonna take him off, is it?
I don't think it's too bad for goalkeepers to get a knock.
You just run around at the back of it, shaking it off, don't you?
You can even get your centre back to take the goal kicks and stuff like that.
It's your only pressure is obviously with a knee injury, if it's a knock on the knee, pushing off for those dives and stuff. But he looks alright.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, absolute shot,
A little bit.
Oh, look at that.
It's those little things that you can see maybe West Ham getting back into the game.
Yeah.
When they're doing stuff like that.
This is what we Greenwood. I know he's been tackled, but pushing the pace, turning the other way, and running towards goal. We need that type of positive influence, and that's what we miss when when we play poorly. It's because look, Fred's looking for a pass, no one's coming for him. It's just, and then it's a poor pass once he does try it because he's having to try and manufacture one.
I think obviously Martial gets a lot of stick, but that's the one thing that I like about him.
Yeah,
as soon as he gets the ball, he will drive it at the right or left back, whatever wing he's playing on.
Yeah, that is one of my favourite aspects of Martial's game, and he's not afraid to take someone on. Look at Dan James. Dan James will sprint down that line if it's an empty pitch. You put a player in front of him, and he's like Sterling was before Pep got hold of him. He's terrified, and he just runs back.
Yeah.
He's just like turns around and he's like, well, I'm quick, I can run away from him. It's like, well, no, beat him, like, you know, take him on. I don't know. As I said the other day, I think Dan James needs to go out alone somewhere and get a bit of like a real bit of experience before, because he's stepping up from the Championship to the Premiership at, you know, arguably the highest level. I know, obviously, we've fallen out of the Champions League, so we're not at the highest level anymore. But you know, we're a club that ordinarily makes the Champions League pretty much every season, so you know, we're at that top level of European competition. I just don't think he's ready yet, but I do think he's a talent for the future, which is why I wouldn't sell him. I would loan him out.
Just as you were talking, United did lose the ball again cheaply.
Yeah, it's
now West Ham on the attack. Well, they're outside United's 18-yard box now, so
yeah, it's getting worrying. We're inviting the pressure at the moment. You know, the strikers are starting to shut down a bit less, and you know, it only takes one of them to skip through, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even like counter-attacking wise, we don't look like we want to run anymore.
The game seems like it's changed. It's United that are happy to sit back a little bit and let West Ham come onto them.
Yeah, this could be a good chance if Greenwood can get him. Oh, he hit him in the fucking heels. Oh, no, still alive. Dan James, don't cross it into a box with no one there. It just keeps going to like these little stalemates though, where it's just pass until that gap opens. Look at like Greenwood's walking. It's so frustrating to see people get paid so much money to do so little work. Sorry, but
again, it's got to be West Ham that pushes the pace now. So
yeah, sorry, but if you're paying me 50 grand, like I got no fitness and I'll run around for 90 minutes for 50 grand a week.
I'd play every day of the week.
Exactly.
50 grand a week.
I'd run until my heart explodes, which wouldn't be long, but I'd still do it. It's just ridiculous, like, especially like, as far as I know, you know, Greenwood's a boyhood United fan. You're playing for your club. You know, like, don't just start walking around and casually strolling about. Like, run around. Like, you should want to score goals. But then again, maybe he knows that the tactic is to go left and then go right, and then if there's no one there, let's go left. And if you can't go any more left, keep going right. So he's just like, well, there's no bloody point running in behind because they're not going to give me the ball. Frustrations.
Well, I don't say he is now. Just but
That's
Greenwood again.
Again, positive though. Like, I like the positive, like, going forward. It's almost like he's heard me and he's like, I'll prove this fucker wrong. But he's not getting much help, is he?
No, I don't think there's been much gambling all night from United, to be honest.
They're waiting for the sure thing, that's why it's a dangerous game to play, especially when you're getting dispossessed in that area of the pitch.
Like that.
Especially with a guy like Lanzini or someone like that as well, who could really hit a ball. Like, you don't give him space here, you just turn inside and bang it. Like, look at how much space he's been given to turn and pass that ball. And that's, you know... Oh my god, I thought he was going to kick that straight into me. It's a good block from Harry Maguire, because, you know, they're looking more and more like something's going to get through.
It's one of them, though, where they shouldn't be doing it in that area of the pitch, and they've done it numerous times now. And it will bite him in the arse.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, how many warnings do you need before, you know, you realise, oh, the United need, like, to get burned by the fire before they realise you're not supposed to put your hand in it, you know? there's only so much, like threatening situations that can happen before one of them's going to get through and actually be a problem.
Yeah.
Chance for Dan James to break here with his speed. 3v1. No, not 3v1. Oh, that's a shit pass.
Oh.
It's absolutely. Still Wan-Bissaka with the ball though. No.
United with 3 on 2s. They should have definitely done better. We're 7-1 free kick now, just outside the box. But
yeah, it's tons of shit.
That's a big chance, man. That's a big chance, man.
The pass from Dan James has got to be so much better. I feel like he's got the pace to beat Declan Rice though, and he just, again, it's the slowing down thing, and that has to go to one of the two at the back post.
If he's gonna pass that to Bruno, it's got to be in front of him.
Yeah, it's sadly it's been a bit of a staple of Dan James's game, like not quite picking the right pass at the right time. It's almost like he gets overexcited, like he's just happy to be involved. So when he gets that chance and he sees someone, he's like, and go, and it's like, no, hold the ball for like 5 more seconds. Again, I know we as Kyle pointed out, we reference pro clubs a lot, but it does remind me of pro clubs a lot, where because of the nature of the game, you have to pass the ball quickly. Sometimes people get caught up in that mindset of as soon as they get the ball, they have to try and find someone, and then it just gets lost. Like Dan James reminds me a lot of that. Like he's already looking for the pass now. There's no consideration in his mind that he's going to beat that player and have a shot.
Well, we're entering like the last 15 minutes now, so
yeah,
feels if this could get interesting. Because as I say, West Ham still needs to go. I thought they would have gone for it more than what they have at this point. Surely in the last 15 now they've got to start throwing numbers up.
You'd think so. I mean, look at that though. Like United are so. It's like if we can't pass it out of defence, then just hoof it for. Oh, Rashford, that's a bad tackle. That was what was that? Like there was no reason to make that challenge at all. Rashford's absolutely flawed. Well, I don't even know who that is. I can't tell, but.
Sufal.
Ah, right, yeah, okay. That's a poor challenge.
They've given him a chance as well to lump it like into the box.
Yeah, well, this is what when you went to get your charger before, I said, we're given a lot of chances from like 40 yards away to just pump a ball into the box, and I'm not a fan of it. Like, it's a challenge that you could definitely do without making though. Like, it's almost like he's gone out to make a point. Like when you put one on him, but it feels like that's what he's doing. That's his 4th yellow card of the season. He could end up missing a big game if he picks up a silly yellow card at some point. Just don't need to make those type of challenges. With the 5 yellow card thing, is it just across the season, or is it a bit like in cups where at a certain point the limit resets almost?
I think it goes. It does go to 10 at some point.
That's a dangerous ball across the box.
It's a chance for West Ham against Sufal, putting a good ball.
Counter chance for United there though, Rashford and Greenwood.
I think Greenwood's look the more likely to do something as well for United.
Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, he decides not to give the ball to Rashford and takes it back for himself and hits the post. Oh, the let off for West Ham.
I said just before, it feels like Greenwood, if United are going to score again, it feels like he's going to be the most likely to
feel like he probably lays that off. Well, I mean, I like the fact that he backed his own finishing, but you'd have thought he laid it off to Rashford there on the overlap.
Again, it's a big chance though. I'll say if it's at the moment for United, if it's not Fabianski, then it's the post.
I know, yeah.
I say the goal they scored was an own goal.
Yeah, we don't half make things hard on ourselves, like.
But West Ham they are throwing people forward now with 13 minutes to go.
It is creating those gaps behind though. Like,
yeah, definitely.
There's definitely potential for counters. If United get a second goal here, they kill the game off, in my opinion. Oh, for
definitely.
Fuck's sake. It's a miscommunication between Greenwood and Wan-Bissaka, and it's out of play again. But as we said before, there's been a lot of that in it, like the sloppy. Yeah, I don't know if he gives the lay it, but he does lay it off. Probably the right choice.
I don't even think he looks up to check who's around him either.
Yeah, I mean he's backing himself in that situation, and he's just like, he knows he's got the pace and he knows he's got the finishing, so he's gone for it. It's just a shame.
He's playing up front.
Yeah.
So he's in on goal. Why not? Why not back yourself and go for it?
I agree, but
West Ham are down United's right hand side though.
Yeah, it's a potentially dangerous situation here.
Depending on the delivery's not been that great for West Ham in this game today, but
no. He's beaten though.
Benrahma is tricky.
Oh, that's a good touch. That's a great block, to be honest.
It is.
It's dangerous, but he's playing with
Good
that
block
fire.
again there though.
Yeah.
But
did he just handball it? Didn't get given anyway.
the linesman didn't even flag to say.
He's literally tried to pull it off his feet. He's like, no. Look at that though. Like Greenwood's so isolated. There's like 1v4.
It seems to have just completely flipped now. Like United have got one person up front and just trying to soak up the pressure now.
I understand, like sitting on a lead, but you know you still have to offer something going forward. Otherwise, more of them are going to commit, knowing that you ain't offering anything going forward.
I think if in this position now, if he was Ole, you'd have like AC Milan in like the back of your mind thinking, look what happened during that game.
You would have to.
Like,
I mean, I suppose he's not made subs and brought on 7 defenders, so
I mean that's a start.
He's at least learned from that bit.
They are attacking.
Yeah, they're on the attack now. Rashford on the edge of the box.
Yep.
He's going the wrong way though. Calling United.
Somewhere there.
Now you would hope now, you know, if United could grab another goal from this corner, that's huge. Rashford seems to be suffering some sort of injury, so does Bruno. It's not ideal. Both not looking great, are they? Well, let's see if Bruno can, you know, produce something decent ball again. Good punch from Fabianski out to Fred, and it's.
I'll be surprised if Rashford lasts the whole game. He's just come back from injury.
Well, he was down, like not down, but that's a wasted ball from Fernandes, looking for the run of Greenwood. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Rashford were to come off in the next like minute or so. Especially seeing him like, you know, crouched down then, looking like he could be dealing with some sort of injury. But then again, Bruno Fernandes was, you know, grabbing at his leg there as well. So, are they gonna risk him like potentially worsening an injury or developing an injury?
I don't think he's been great today either.
He's not been great. I don't think he's been poor. He's been there as the link up, which realistically is like what he's needed to do in this game, because there's not been a whole heap of opportunity for anyone to shine, as it's not been the greatest game. But that again from United midfield is poor. Just inviting pressure.
Yeah. West Ham have got a chance to attack here now.
Nice, flip it over, it's goal.
No, it's wasted.
Yeah.
He tries to do a little 1-2 with Antonio, but I think if you're Lanzini, you'd carry on driving at the defender. You might get a penalty, like dangle leg or anything. I don't think
he's gone for the 1-2, hasn't
he? Yeah, I don't think that was. He had Lindelof backing up and backing up.
Yeah. Kyle says that you just hate Bruno.
Why is anything that was said wrong? Has he had a good game? Has he?
He's not had a great game. Like it's like like I say though, I don't feel like anyone's had a great game. I feel like Fabianski's had a good game. He's probably man of the match at the moment, even with them losing.
I think Maguire's up there for man of the match. He's done some decent blocks.
Some good blocks. Yeah, I mean, he has to play well, doesn't he? After I criticise him like that, just make me look stupid. No one's played bad though. No, that's what we're saying. He's not played well, but he hasn't played bad.
I don't think anyone's mentioned to say that he's played badly. I'd say he's not had a great game.
He's not had a great game, but no one's had a great game. No one's played well, except from Fabianski maybe, and potentially Maguire. But I wouldn't say he's had a bad game. I just, I suppose he set such a high standard for like performances that if he hasn't scored or got an assist now, it's been a slow game from him. Harry or ill? Or Lee?
What?
Harry or who? Oh, Harry or Luke for man of the match. Yeah, I guess Luke Shaw's been alright. Is calling it? Oh, fucking hell! Dan James just beat someone. Jesus Christ, what's happening? It's wild. Give Dan James man of the match. Oh, never mind. That's what he said.
If it ends 1-0, Harry Maguire get man of the match for me.
Yeah, I suppose you can't give it Fabianski on the losing side.
No, they never do.
No. Luke Shaw's been good. Like I said, my only criticism of Luke Shaw is them corners in the first half was so poor. Like, I don't think one of them beat the first man. But, there's potential for someone else to come out and, get man of the match. I think if Greenwood was to net a goal now, it'd be hard to argue against him getting man of the match, to be honest.
I think Greenwood's played Greenwood well.
Yeah, he did piss me off when he was walking around before, but like he's doing it again now. But I suppose you can't always be running like. And I suppose it is 85 minutes in. Like. Kyle agrees. But yeah, United, it seems like these last 5 minutes another little tempo change, and United there's no one in there again, mate. You can't do that. Yeah, but it seems to be another like not a tempo change, but a flow of the game change where it's gone back to United making the attacks and West Ham trying to counter. But that's a silly foul from McTominay, considering he's on a yellow already, or is he on a yellow?
I don't get why they keep doing these crosses with no one inside the box.
I know it's Dan James. I'm fairly certain that he's colourblind and he just kicks when he sees people. But unless they score for you, which happens very rarely, that's a good ball. Oh, well claimed. Well done, Henderson. I mean, he's not had much to do this game, Henderson, has he? Like,
no.
He, as they were saying before the game, he took a lot of criticism for the AC Milan goal, saying he should have done better. Like, I thought it was a hard chance, but I know you said instantly he has to have done better. And upon looking on it again, he probably should do better. He should get a stronger hand to that. So you would have thought.
I think if when he's watched that back, I think he would have been really
disappointed to not save it. Yeah,
that he never saved it.
Yeah, probably.
But like you said, the only way to answer that is to get a clean sheet in your next game.
True. I think he might have potentially, like, in an ideal scenario, he might have wanted to have had to make a couple of saves today to kind of answer those critics and show off a little bit, if you will. But as you say, a clean sheet's a clean sheet. I think it'd be more of a testament to the defence today than it will to him. but you know he's made the saves when he's had to. I don't even know if he's made a single save today, but I think
I can't think of one.
One deflected, one that dribbled through to him at some point, but you know you can only save what's hit at you. So West Ham pumping the free kick in. Looks like they're just going to load the box now and try and get a cross in there. That's not going to anyone. Nearly gone out for a throw in. That Declan Rice.
Yeah, awful ball that.
They want 60 million for that man. Maybe even more. There's a question for people in chat. What's Declan Rice actually worth in your mind? I suppose a question for you as well.
About 40 mil.
Is that primarily due to him being English and 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you took
I think
if you take the factors out and just go for his ability, what do you reckon?
20, 25?
Yeah, Kyle says 30, 40 mil, but again, I think we're all factoring in the age and the fact that he's English, which I've never fully understood why that makes them more expensive.
Go down as you have
to have X amount of English players in the squad and stuff like that.
I think he goes down as like a homegrown player.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
as well.
Going back to me footy manager days. It's like 18 of the 25 in your squad or something have to be homegrown.
Yeah, I think like.
Although there's no way that that must be a new thing, because historically there's no way that certain teams have done that. I mean, you think of the Arsenal team of like back in the day, where I'm pretty sure like famously they were the first ever team or something to have a lineup that consisted of no Englishmen, like not even on the bench.
There's ways around it, because you don't have to have him in like your matchday squad.
No, they have to be registered.
Yeah, as long as they're registered. And
I mean, isn't that why Man City kept Rob Green for so long?
We've just signed thingy. We had Richard Wright for a while.
Yeah.
And we've still got. Who is it now? Scott Carson.
Oh, Scott Carson, yeah.
We've still got Scott Carson. I think we signed him onto another 1 year deal.
It's got to be for the whole like.
Well, he's on like a loan deal, but I think that we've offered him another like year if he wants to.
Yeah.
Join again.
Like, because obviously in a crisis, then he probably would see game time, but it would have to be like, I think you'd have to lose 3 goalkeepers for him to play.
He's definitely iffy third, definitely fourth choice keeper.
Why was Dan James doing pirouette scissor kicks at him then? Oh god.
I think again though they've just
you've given him
just a chance for him to punt up like that.
Harry Kane though, another aerial duel one. Oh god, don't be fucking holding him like that though.
Oh, I've just turned into Gary Neville.
Oh, there. Oh god, you don't want to be fucking tussling with someone like that on the edge of the box. I mean, he's gone down way too easy, but you never know nowadays. But we're into 92nd minute now. 1 more minute of added time. You would have to imagine that United just kick this up the field and try and keep it up the field. Hold on for 1-0.
Yeah. Get it into the corner.
Yeah. And that's not the corner, Luke. That's not the play, buddy. Well, it might not have been Luke, actually. It might have been Fred. No, it was Luke Shaw. Oh, so Sky have gone with Luke Shaw as man of the match. That's, yeah.
I still feel Maguire's been the better player this game.
Yeah. Look at Bruno charging back. Maybe one last potential attack for them. Lindelof clears it into the stands. again though. It's going to be, unless something happens right now, it's going to be the same result as the FA Cup, 1-0. Probably not the same type of game as the FA Cup. I thought that one was a lot closer, but
it's a chance to get one in here though.
Yeah. Oh no! He put the whistle to his lips. Yep. He did.
That's it. Full time.
Game over. Full time. Well, what do we make of that one? You'd have to say a fair result on the balance of play.
United were definitely the better team.
Yeah.
I think West Ham will be disappointed when they look back at it.
I feel like they didn't get going until we scored, which, and we had opportunities to score more as well, so, it could have been worse for them. I can't think of any clear-cut opportunities for West Ham at all in that game.
No, that's what I mean by they'll look back and they'll think, we've lost the game.
Yeah.
Whether you lose the game 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, you still get 0 points.
Exactly.
So if you're 1-0 down, going into the last 10 minutes, go and lose 2-0 whilst you're trying to get a draw.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at something.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think you throw all caution to the wind at the end, and you get as many attacking players on the pitch as you can, and try and get that goal back. Even if you just work towards, as you say, if you just work towards that one goal and get the draw, for West Ham that probably wouldn't have been bad. But I think overall, with the way the game played out, United could have scored more goals. A deserved win. Hard fought win in the end, to be honest, but
I was just about to say, I don't know whether Ollie looks really, really happy.
I mean, it's a win at the end of the day, and you're not gonna. You microanalyze when you lose because or you lose points, when you shouldn't have. At the end of the day, it's 3 points in the bag, and it's on to the next game. You can't really. Obviously, in training, you work on anything that you spotted that didn't go quite well, but at the end of the day, it's a win, so you just got to be happy.
Do you think he looks happy though because they've won and they've played quite bad?
I don't think we played bad. I don't think we created enough chances, but with the way that West Ham set up for most of that game, it was always going to be hard to break them down. So I think he's just happy that we were able to break them down, and then subsequently didn't do what we did against AC Milan and let them equalise.
I shouldn't lie, but I always compare the United teams to of old.
Yeah, I don't think you can compare this United team to the teams of old, to be honest.
No, but I always do. I just can't help it.
Yeah, it's a natural thing to do. It's the same with Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans will obviously be comparing their team to the team of last year. Sadly for them, it's just not. But just walked in the door. Had I have bet 1-0, it would have been a landslide. Yeah, probably.
What's that?
Jay just said just walked in the door. Had I have bet 1-0, it would have been a landslide. Isn't that always the way
definitely.
though? It's the second you put that pound on it, they get a fucking phone call. We'll have 10 this game, boys. It's just the way betting works, sadly. I mean, I've seen it. I worked in a betting shop for nearly 6 years, so I've seen it happen.
You've seen it all.
I've seen it all, yeah. Some things I really didn't want to see, but they're stories for another day. But yeah, I think a fair result, a much needed result for United. We've just seen the table there push us back up to second place, drags us away from that fourth place fight again, and obviously by taking them points away from West Ham, takes us even further in theory away from that top 4 battle.
Yeah, I think, now they can just focus on Milan now.
Yeah. It's a big game.
Do you think... Obviously, I always see the Europa League as it's obviously not a major trophy, but it's another way to get into the Champions League.
Yeah.
But if United look like they're going to obviously come in the top four, to come back to second now, is that still a priority because Ollie needs a trophy?
I would say like winning a trophy would be good for the squad in general, but yeah, the fact that he hasn't won a trophy yet for a club like United could potentially be weighing on his mind more than anybody else's mind. So I do think they're going to focus on the Europa quite heavily. Maybe not the worst thing in the world if we do go out against AC, because we can really focus on coming second. I think that's the only chance of a cup left now, unless there's still the league.
The FA Cup,
the FA Cup, yeah, the FA Cup still. So it might not be the be all and end all, but it's a trophy we should be trying to win.
I want to see United at another semi-final to see if they can get past that.
Every time so far.
Yeah, see if they can get past that, or whether that's just like a mental block or something like that. But
I think we were unlucky last year to not get past Sevilla. I thought we were quite unfortunate there.
I think why not? United go on to win the Europa, City win the Champions League, European Super Cup, Manchester Derby.
There you go. Why
Interesting.
Not? Well, I don't know. I've read some things yesterday that Liverpool fans are convinced that history is repeating itself. The finals in Istanbul, all this fucking, Messi and Ronaldo are out and stuff like that. So they
seen a few
and they
from
beat a German league team.
There was a couple that Carragher said. He was like, he said something like, "Who won the Champions League last time? Man City won the league."
Yeah.
And then he came up with another one from 2005. Something happened in 2005. That's repeating.
That was that one. It was. They were outside of the top four. They finished outside of the top four.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Messi and Ronaldo both were out before the quarters or whatever, and they beat a German side in the last 16. And he's like, "Oh, history's repeating itself."
Yeah, that was it. Because Everton finished fourth, and then they went on and won the Champions League.
It would be a very Everton thing though for that to happen again, and Liverpool to stop them getting in the top four that way.
I know.
But Jay seems to think now that City, United, and Leicester should be nailed on for top four, and the rest of them are going to fight it out for fourth. I don't know.
There's, in theory, I think United and City obviously should be nailed on with that win for United now.
Yeah.
But Leicester have always got that question mark because of how they should have been nailed on last year, and they absolutely flopped it. So there's always a question mark over Leicester.
Definitely.
But as I say, they're only like a point behind United, so you like to think that they could handle the pressure now and qualify for the Champions League, but you never know in football.
This is true. What day's the Champions League on next week? Not the Champions League, the Europa League game next week. Thursday again or Wednesday?
Thursday, yeah, Thursday.
Again. Are we watching along with that one?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back with another watch along soon enough either way.
Yeah.
And then I guess we can have
we'll have
a little chat on Thursday and see which game on the weekend we want to watch.
Yeah, I've not really had a proper look at the fixtures yet, so I couldn't even throw any fixtures at you yet. So, I'd say we'll have a think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's is FA Cup this weekend.
Could be. I'd honestly have to check. I really haven't looked. Jay says the history we've got in the Champions League and the experience the team have now shouldn't write us off, but it depends how we play now with Fabinho in midfield. Looking forward to the draw on Friday. There's some really good teams that you'd have to get past. Like likes of Bayern. I can't see Liverpool winning it, but I also couldn't see them turning around the 4-0 first leg loss against Barca. So There is that as well, or whatever they lost the first like 3-0 or whatever.
I can't remember now, but
either way they won when I didn't think
yeah.
they would.
It'd be interesting. As I say, anything can happen because you can. You know, who says the draw doesn't come on Friday and the draw Porto?
Yeah.
And then that's the semi-final.
And what's to say like Man City or Bayern don't knock each other out, or PSG and Bayern play and knock one of them out?
And it does say it's the quarterfinals an open draw now, so you can get drawn with your same country and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting. But yeah, we'll have a talk on Thursday and see what game we'll cover on the weekend.
Awesome. Right. Well, I think that's everything. We can thank everyone for watching.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.